Drew gets to have, basically run through some of his entourage as they're going back, and he comes in. But I tell you, Drew looked an absolute £1,000,000 when he was walking in. Looked like the full deal, didn't he, when he was coming in there, Matt? But it was very early, which kind of made me feel like this isn't going to go the way I'm thinking it will. And then, of course, we by this point we've got the likes of Rollins out there, Dean Ambrose, Matt. I mean, Dean Ambrose, definitely looks completely different. His physique, definitely completely different now. And speaking of physiques, just Kevin Owens. I don't know if anyone's seen any of the pictures, Matt, but he's really looking different at the moment. I mean, he's definitely been working out. Let's put it that way. So I think people will be shocked when he comes back a little bit. I know I was when I saw some of his pictures. You seen him yet, Matt, or not?
No, I haven't seen them actually.
Yeah,
I just kind of
I'll have to put them up on
Kevin
the.
Owens was going to be Kevin Owens, but I was kind of always holding out that maybe he would have been one of the surprise entrants in the Rumble, but it's not a big deal that he wasn't.
Yeah.
Because hopefully that means he gets some more prominence for his return on the on Raw or something.
Of course, Kofi Kingston, Matt, he got his moment in as usual a few times. Is that still good for you, Matt? You still enjoy that sort of creativeness, I guess, that they're giving to this guy?
It's a bit overblown. I mean, we saw it even in the Women's Rumble. The women were doing it now as well. So I'm kind of thinking, it seems like it's not so special anymore. It seems to be something that just, even Naomi does it. So, it's going to happen now nearly every Rumble. And it used to be a surprise. Now it's expected, and it always makes the Rumble more of a joke. Like, it's easy to stay on your feet. You just have to do something ridiculous.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so sort of, again, early starts, the first 15, it wasn't bad. But like I said, like I was going to say, I do wish there was a few legends coming out, just something to spice it up a little bit different. It would have been nice. Just a couple of different people, even if it had been who did they suggest? Val Venus. What do we have? Steve Blackman, someone said. Even that would have been something unique and different, to be honest with you. But in any case, we get to what we got 18. Pete Dunne, Matt, was you surprised to see him in this? I did say that he might get a go. One of the UK guys might get a go, and I was kind of pleased it was him, because he is the champion. He's been champion for God knows how long, so it's kind of cool to see him in there. And again, you think everyone knows him, but actually some people don't. I mean, they really don't know this guy, and I thought it was good to see him out there, Matt. I mean, I think it clearly shows there's a size difference when he gets in the middle of them. But it was cool to see him in amongst some of that talent, Matt. And we don't often get to see that with him. But it was cool. Was you happy that they did that, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see him. Of course, not because we're biased. It's not because he's British. I mean, he's the longest reigning champion of the modern era for a reason. He's definitely got some legit skills in that ring, and the way he wrestles is pretty violent. So something new for the American fans who may not tune into NXT UK, and some more exposure for that brand. And Michael Cole made sure to make a note of that and say in that to the listeners that perhaps they should check it out if they like what they see. And as far as I'm concerned, what's not to like?
Yeah, and then we had Andrade was out there, Apollo Crews was next. Then, of course, we get Aleister Black, and there was a massive NXT chant when he came out. He looked pretty decent, Matt, in amongst them, I thought, and I've got a feeling that I'm pretty sure that Gargano isn't going to be going up anytime soon, but I do think Aleister Black is probably going to be on the main roster now. From what I'm hearing, but what did you think about having him there, Matt? And how well do you think he done? Because you can get it either goes one way or the other, doesn't it? When you bring them out of Royal Rumbles, I'm not always a big fan of doing it, but for him, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you haven't seen a lot of NXT, you might think, well, who's this guy? He looks a bit unique, tattoos everywhere and that. I don't think we get to see his full potential in it, but he was still at a nice little outing. And yeah, he deserves his main roster call up sometime soon. I just hope, as with everyone that gets called up, that they can find a spot for him and actually use him correctly.
Well, he eliminated Dean Ambrose, so it was a good outing for him. What about poor old Shelton Benjamin, Matt?
I mean, that was one of those ones that I was talking about earlier, where I feel like
for that guy.
Like, there's so many people I could have chosen to have that spot right.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ali was out there, of course, and he eliminated Joe. I got a feeling that story is going to go on more than I probably wanted it to be fair. But then again, what else have they got? Maybe that is what they've been left with. They got the crowd popped anyway for that one. Baron Corbin, Matt, he's another one. Could have really done with that as well. It's a shame because
he was on the short list for having the shortest stay in the Rumble, but at least he outperformed in that sense. He did hang in there a while.
Yeah, it seems like the other 15 that came after the first wasn't as great as the first 15, which is odd. They normally do it the other way around, but it's just how they sort of went with this. Now, one person that did get a big pop when he came out was Jeff Hardy, as usual, or Jeff Harvey. I always want to say that after that guy. What was that guy's name? That general manager, it was terrible. Mike Adamley. Jeff Harvey. Never forget that at the Royal Rumble. So Jeff come out, face paint and all. Always gets a massive pop, doesn't he, Jeff Hardy, though? I mean, it's just something about the guy. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter how many times that music gets played. Jeff Hardy just has that appeal about him, doesn't he? Never seems to lose it, Matt. It's just crazy. It's just something amazing about that.
He came out wearing some sort of salmon top. He looked like a fish. Bright pink and scales on it and stuff. I was kind of like, okay, different.
Yeah, very different. Yeah, so he was there. Then, of course, getting more serious, Rey Mysterio at Matt, 25, and this time a huge crowd reaction for him. It was odd when he came out because everyone got their spot in, but he didn't. They sort of mellowed him down, but then he did get his spots in later as the match goes on. But he was out there. Then we got, of course, Bobby Lashley, the great Bobby at the moment, coming out with Leo, of course, and he looked like $1,000,000. But again, I never really had any at this point, Matt. I wasn't thinking Bobby's winning this at all, but it shouldn't be like that. I should be believing. They should have sold it to me that this guy is a wrecking machine, but they just haven't done a very good job at selling that many people to me that they're going to win the Rumble. So then we get Lashley, who immediately was eliminated, Matt, by Rollins. Lashley yanked Rollins out of the ring, but not eliminated, of course. Just drove him through an announce table. So that was kind of setting up that Seth Rollins was, injured wrestler. And at that point, Matt, that sort of earmarked to me that Seth Rollins will be winning. That's just how I saw it when I saw Bobby doing that. Especially the fact that he didn't eliminate him properly. Like, why wouldn't you have tried to, maybe, if you had the ump that much? But what about for you, Matt? Did you, at the point we're at now, we're around the sort of 26th mark, did you, once Seth was taken out on the table, was that it for you, Matt? Or at any point before the Rumble even started, Matt, did you think there was anybody at all who had a any sort of chance, given that John Cena wasn't even in this now?
Seth was always the number one, favourite coming into this. It's hard to actually pinpoint anyone else who's actually had that kind of momentum coming in. I mean, even Seth didn't have great momentum coming into this, so it's really an awkward year. I feel that was almost the reason why people might have felt this was an open Rumble, because only Seth was the only standout kind of guy to win it, and no one else, everyone was on an equal playing field other than that. Probably Drew was the only other real one who actually could stand out above the rest, but he's only recently made his return to the main roster, so I'm guessing they're holding off on him a little bit more, want to see if he's ready to actually become a complete full-on WWE guy. I know he's been there before, but I feel like they're still testing him a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, after he was put through a table, we then get number 27. Braun Strowman comes out, Matt. Not to my. Again, I just wasn't feeling him either. He eliminated Corbin and Benjamin pretty quickly, Matt, and Hardy was eliminated by Strowman as well. Dolph Ziggler, Matt, who apparently played to everybody. He wasn't going to be there, but he was. I can't say I was really that excited that he was there, though. I mean, I do like Dolph, bless him, but I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't know I could ever get behind this guy anymore, really. But for you, Matt, was you happy to see him? Was that a big moment for you, or was you underwhelmed like me?
I just got some real bad deja vu. I mean, that wasn't last year when he laid the title down and everyone was like, oh, he's done with the company, he's finally had enough, he's on to bigger and better things. And then this year the same, like he changed his Twitter to Nick Nemeth, and like everyone thought, oh, Dolph Ziggler's character's dead, he's off, he's going to change company, maybe have a brighter career, and then he's just back. And then, seemingly, I mean, of course he's still in contract for like, a little while longer, but still, it does reek of they wouldn't have given him that unless he'd.
No, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
He bleeds WWE, now, it seems, and he's quite happy for mediocrity within that company. It seems like it doesn't really matter about titles; it's about loyalty, which is a commendable thing. I mean, but he could have been so much more. But if this is what he wants from his career, then good luck to him. He does a good job in WWE, and he's always done very well there, and done a good job of putting people over. And he definitely puts some people over in the Rumble because, despite coming back as a surprise, it wasn't destined to be his night. That was for sure.
Yeah, just a quick thing on Dolph Ziggler. I mean, you talking about his attitude there, the fact that he would stay loyal. It just goes to show that. I remember when he had that Money in the Bank, Matt, and he was having that all the time, and he'd have matches and he'd go backstage and he'd always be getting heat because he'd go, right, now follow that, or now follow my match. He was really had a chip on his shoulder. He really wanted to prove something. And I remember before the WrestleMania, because the one where he had the Money in the Bank and everyone was wondering when was he going to cash it in. Of course, at that time he had AJ and he had Big E with him. I think you remember that time. And he'd done interviews with just like outside media, but he was so cocky and arrogant. He said he was the best. He got so much trouble with all the guys in the back. But that Dolph Ziggler, that's what I used to like. He sounded like the old Shawn Michaels with a chip on his shoulder. That Dolph Ziggler is gone, in my opinion, because he cannot be like that, to just be sitting on where he is. At the time, he said he wasn't bothered about money. It was always about success. I got a feeling something happened in the road, Matt, that just sort of, for whatever happened, he didn't want to take that leap of faith, maybe like Cody did in the end, and thought, you know what, I got to get away. And he just hung around. I think it's kind of a shame. I mean, I do commend him for staying there, but I think it's also a shame that a guy who had so much charisma, ability, and when he did win that, he got such a massive pop. Oh, this is the guy. But I mean, not to go off on a tangent here, but it is a bit of a shame that we're now talking about him coming in again, and you're like, this is just telling me he's never going anywhere now. He's staying put in WWE. He'll be there till the end, no doubt about it. And then number 29, Matt, another loyal person who's been very up and down, like a heartbeat monitor. Randy Orton, Matt. He's at 29. Again, he's won the Royal Rumble twice in his time, I believe. I did not have any inklings that he was going to be winning this one, I'll tell you. No matter how good he looked walking down the aisle. Yes, he looks like an absolute, he should be the man, but he never really sells it to me that he's going to, which was very interesting. And then, of course, number 30 comes, Matt. It's our friend R-Truth. And we said, would he get to that? Would he get in the ring? Not only, it's worse than that, isn't it? Not only does that happen to R-Truth, he gets beaten up by Nia Jax. Badly. It's like a bullying campaign for the bloke. What was it?
That was a big surprise.
I couldn't believe it. And just to give a little shout out there, that sort of plays into something else. The night before, R-Truth had come out rapping for Jack Swagger. Yeah, Jack Swagger won his debut MMA fight in Bellator, for anybody who hasn't seen it. But one thing I was surprised about that match in